They stand facing each other, two titans among gods and monsters. The arena is empty. No Avengers to intervene, no cities to be saved or destroyed, just Thor and Hulk. No tricks, no alliances, no distractions. The only question: who, in a straight fight, walks away victorious? It's a debate as old as their first Clashin comic book panels on animated screens, and most on the cinematic stage. But to settle it, we need to strip away bias and nostalgia and look at the raw facts: power, skill, willpower, and experience. Let's start with Thor, god of thunder, the son of Odin, prince of Asgard. Centuries of battle have hardened him. He's fought gods, giants, fire demons, cosmic entities, enemies beyond comprehension. In his hand, Mjolnir, sometimes Stormbreaker, a weapon that shatters mountains and channels storms. Thor is not just a brute. He's a warrior king, with centuries of military strategy and discipline embedded in muscle and mind. His raw physical strength is immense. A single blow can crack the earth, but his true power lies in his versatility: lightning arcing from the sky, hammer spinning with impossible speed, flight, durability, and divine And then there's Hulk, Dr. Bruce Banner, ese monstruo's alter ego. The perennial wild, the quintessential force of Hulk's foundation is rage, an engine that burns hotter with every punch, every wound, every insult. His strength is virtually limitless. The madder he gets, the stronger he becomes. Unlike Thor, there are no sophisticated combat skills, no regal tactics, whose instinct. Hulk smashes, leaps, crushes. He shrugs off bullets, missiles, and even the blasts from gods and aliens alike. Yet, beneath that mountain of muscle, there's still some semblance of Dr. Banner's fractured intelligence that sometimes peeks through the green fog of rage. So, here's the scenario. Both at their best, both unencumbered, each bringing their full might to bear. No fancy distractions, no backup. The fight starts slow, measured, even courteous in that odd way superhuman foes sometimes are. Thor offers the first move, channeling a bolt of lightning almost as a warning shot. It crackles across Hulk's chest, leaving a smoldering slash, but Hulk barely grunts. He barrels forward, swinging a fist big enough to dent a tank. Thor blocks. With me, the resulting shockwave shatters the ground beneath their feet and rattles windows miles away. Hulk lands a blow, sending Thor skidding backward. But the god answers with a spinning hammer strike that sends Hulk flying. Thunder cracks overhead, and rain pours down, lightning drawn to Thor's every gesture. He attacks with the storm itself, bombarding Hulk with celestial fury. For most mortals, this would be the end. But Hulk only grows angrier. Every blast feeds his outrage. It leaps higher, breaking the sound barrier, and crashes down atop Thor, forcing the thunder god to his knees. Hulk grabs Thor, slamming him into the ground over and over. The earth gives way, forming a crater. Thor grits his teeth, summoning every ounce of Asgardian power. He calls lightning, not just from the sky but from within himself, channeling it directly into Hulk's body. The air. For a moment, Hulk is pinned, muscles crackling with energy. But then he roars. A roar that shakes mountains. He breaks the hold, claps his hands together, sending a concussive blast in all directions. They circle, battered but not defeated. Thor's face is bruised, blood at his lip. Hulk's skin is burnt and steaming, but neither looks close to stopping. Thor switches tactics, warrior's mind at work. He feints, dodges, aims for pressure points. Mjolnir spins, striking with speed and precision. Hulk, for all his rage, is learning, adapting, finding his own counters. Round after round, the pattern repeats. Hulk's power and endurance versus Thor's skill and godly arsenal. There's a stalemate, a brutal equilibrium. Thor is more than just strong, he's smart. He finds ways to leverage Hulk's aggression against him, creating openings. But every time it seems like he gains the upper hand, Hulk's rage compounds, overwhelming Thor's strategy with raw force. Which brings us to the crux of the battle. Can Thor outlast the escalation? Or does Hulk's strength truly have no upper bound? History shows that Thor has knocked out Hulk before Mjolnir to the head, lightning overcharge, the works, but there are just as many stories of Hulk getting up, refusing to stay down, and even surprising Thor with sheer resilience. Hulk's potential is, by definition, limitless, but Thor is no mere mortal. Is the storm made flesh, armor in hand, keen in spirit. In the end, the battle could go either way. But here's the verdict. If Thor can end it quickly, using all his experience and divine power, he can bring the Hulk low at least temporarily. But the longer the fight drags on, the more likely it is that Hulk's rage will tip the scales in his favor. So, who would win in a straight fight, the god or the giant? The answer, as ever, is it depends. On the day, on the will, and perhaps, most of all, on how angry Hulk is allowed to get. And so, the debate rages on, just like the thunder.